Thank you.
Yep.
I wasn't sure. All right, you have everybody on mute. So we can get started. I have 10 o'clock, and if anybody comes on, um, they will be in the middle of this. And just this is the first time I'm doing this, so you just sort of have to bear with me as I work my way through the technology here. I'm not the most tech savvy person. This is the public hearing for public needs and um, accomplishments hearing for the fiscal year 21-22 uh, action plan for the CDBG and home programs. And I'm Jeff Kreimer with the City of Portsmouth Planning Department, and I'm the Community Development Manager. Um, and This program year is for the year starting on July 1st of 2021 and runs through June 30th of 2022. I'm going to put up a short PowerPoint and I'll walk through to just sort of conduct the hearing through the PowerPoint. And at the end, we'll unmute you and we can take any questions or comments that you have from you. And I'll have all my contact information there. I see Michael, who I'm assuming is Michael Shackelford, and Nicole, who I know, and I see Darlene, who I'm not sure I know, but you all know how to contact me, I believe, but my contact will be there. All right. So as I said, this is the public hearing on the annual action plan for the Community Development Block Grant Program. We're covering needs and accomplishments. And so just briefly, these are our accomplishments for the first year. We're working on currently on the second year of our 5-year consolidated plan. These are what we've accomplished to date, or well, rather through the end of the first fiscal year, which was June 30th. And it was mostly public services activities. We have several activities along the way, and we'll probably have more of the bricks and mortar kinds of things next year. Just a brief overview of the CDBG program. It's a very sort of wide-ranging program that allows you to do all kinds of community development kinds of activities, and I've just listed some here: acquisition, disposition, demolition, public facilities infrastructure, public services, rehab, historic preservation, economic development, most anything kind of thing you want to do. And if you have a question about a specific eligible activity, be sure and reach out to me. In addition to the eligibility, though, on the CDBG activities, you need to meet a national objective. Most of those national objectives that you're going to be addressing is benefiting low and moderate income persons. And that can be through an area benefit, through a client benefit, through creating jobs, through creating housing for low income people. The other two national objectives are activities which aid in prevention or elimination of slum or blight, and activities to meet community development needs having a particular urgency. Those last two are really very focused on things that that probably most subrecipients are not going to do. But if you have any questions or concerns about those, you can get in touch with me. The other program that we have is the Home Investment Partnership Program. This is very housing specific, the creation of housing for low-income households. All assisted households have to be at or below 80% of area median income. And the kinds of things you can do is develop housing, rehab, home ownership assistance, rent assistance, and then CHODO-sponsored activities. And CHODO is a very specific kind of thing. And so if you have any question about whether or not you're a CHODO and eligible for CHODO assistance, you can get in touch with me regarding that. I've given you a tentative calendar. That's online, and it's in the application instructions. I think the big date that you're interested in at this point is applications for funding are due on Wednesday, January 13th, by no later than 5 p.m. And the other dates here are tentative. We're looking at putting a budget on display by March, with public hearing by council in April, and then submission of the action plan in May, with the start of the program year on July 1st. And as I promised, here's all my contact information. I'm going to run through some other things that I think are important for anyone who's interested in applying for funding. This is a partnership between your organization and the city, and you are responsible for carrying out the activity. I can help you with technical assistance and facilitation, but you need to be responsible for carrying out the activity. That includes compliance with all the HUD requirements, and documentation on meeting those requirements, including the eligibility and the national objective, and that you've assisted low-income people. We require quarterly reporting so we can see how you're progressing on your program. Home funds require a 25% match, and I need to see that commitment of that match at the time of your application. CDBG does not require a match. HUD likes to see a 3-to-1 leverage. And then another important thing is that to be a subrecipient, you'll be required to sign an agreement, and as part of that agreement, there's an insurance coverage requirement, and you'll need to have proof of that insurance coverage as part of submission of a signed subrecipient agreement. I just want to see if I've touched all the bases here. This is a reimbursable program. I think you all know that. That means that we can't front you any funds. You have to come in and show proof of an expenditure, and then we will be able to reimburse you. Typically, we don't have our HUD agreement until later in the summer, August, even September sometimes. So while you'll be able to start your program in July 1st, we won't always be able to reimburse you till maybe sometime in the late summer, early fall. And so you need to think about that with regard to your cash flow. And I ran through all that pretty quickly, and so I can take questions and comments now. The kinds of things you need to think about is that we can talk about are any particular needs that you think are that we should be considering, or that you have questions about with regard to if you think they're appropriate for the program, and then just any technical questions. And as I said, I have all my contact information here, and phone number, email, where you can contact me. Just another thing, the city, well, you can't bring anything into the city hall this year, so you will only take applications by U.S. Postal Mail, FedEx, or UPS. And the address is up here, and it's also in the application and instructions, and the PowerPoint is showing you where online you can find applications and instructions. So like I said, I'm going to see if I can get out of this, and I will be happy to take any questions or comments. I don't know how we unmute you. I think Meg is going to can unmute you.
For the people who are joined in the app where I can see your name, you can unmute yourself, and we can see that and recognize you. If you're on the phone and wish to comment, you'll need to press *6 on your phone, and you can unmute and then make comment or ask questions. I don't see anybody unmuting, or people can raise their hand. Again, if you're not dialed in, if for those of you who are joined on the meeting, you can raise your hand, or you can type something in the chat if you don't have a microphone, and I can relay it to Jeff. And I also put Jeff's contact information and the website address in the chat for the people who are joined. You can see that information directly in the chat function. And I don't see anybody unmuting, so I guess Jeff did a great job explaining all of it very clearly. He did a great job with the technology, his first Teams meeting, so that was pretty awesome.
Good job, Jeff. Good job. You did a good job, Jeff.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I know most everyone who's here, and so clearly, if you have any questions or comments, certainly reach out to me. While we may not meet face to face, I'm very available. So, you know, just let me know. I think this is pretty routine if you've done this before. You know, I don't know what we're getting in terms of an entitlement. We got 1.6 last year of CDBG and about 430 of home. And so that's what we're going to anticipate. But I don't have a clue what it's really going to be. So you just need to ask for what you think you need, and I'll have to work from there. All right. I have no.
Thank you. We know where to find you with our questions.
Good.
And if, as you all are going through your application process, if you do have a need to sort of meet, I'll say quote unquote face to face with Jeff, we can set up Teams meetings like this individually with you. It's easy for us to do. We can do it really quickly. Sometimes it's better than a phone call if you need to. We can share screens as you saw, or, you know, point things out on an application, whatever works. We have the ability to do that, you know, pretty quickly and easily. And so we're open to doing that if that is helpful. Oh, Michael's got his hand raised. You can unmute, Michael, if you've got a mic, or you can, oh, he's got something in the chat. Let's see what it says in the chat. Can we email our application, or they have to be mailed? Can they email, Jeff?
Right, you can email, and that's in the application instructions, and my email will be there, and we'll post that on, I think it is online, but we'll be sure it is posted online.
Yeah, and if you know, all that stuff is online on in the website that Jeff had and that I put in the chat. And if you have questions you're going through, like I said, we can help step you through making sure that you get emailed what you need to email. Jeff shared his screen again.
Right. So there's
you shared the team screen. You want to go back to your PowerPoint?
Okay, I thought I did.
Yeah. Unshare. Then click sharing again, and then go. Make sure you hit the, I've done that. You want to always make sure you don't share like some, you know, email that you didn't mean to share.
Right. But there's all the contact information.
Oh, we still don't see it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
you're doing all right.
Mike.
You're doing all right.
Okay. Anyway.
It was there momentarily and then it disappeared.
Okay. I know Michael knows how to get in touch with me. All right. Well, again, feel free to get in touch. I know that this wasn't the best way to do this. I know a lot of what you like to sort of meet in person, but we're just sort of working with the situation we have, and hopefully next year will be better. So again, get in touch with questions or comments, and I look forward to your applications, and we're off and running. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.